Some people lose their minds over a game, yelling, pacing, refreshing the score like it actually changes something in their life. Others sit there, scrolling their phone, wondering why any of it matters at all. Same moment, same screen. Completely different experience. So what decides that? Because this isn't really about sports. It's about what your brain assigns meaning to and what it quietly ignores. Picture a game on TV. One person is fully locked in. Every play feels intense. Every second matters. Right next to them, someone else barely looks up. No tension, no excitement, no emotional pull. And both of them are slightly confused by each other. One thinks, how can you not care? The other thinks, how can you care this much? That difference goes deeper than taste. Humans are wired to belong. For most of history, being part of a group wasn't optional. It was survival. And that instinct is still here. Sports plug directly into it. A team becomes more than a team. It becomes identity. You don't just watch them. You attach to them. That's why people say, we won. Because on a psychological level, it feels true. And when they win, it feels personal. When they lose, it hits harder than it should. But not everyone forms that attachment. Some people watch the same game, and it never becomes personal. It stays distant. Just people running around on a field. And without that emotional bridge, the reaction never fully activates. But there's another layer underneath all of this. For fans, the experience isn't just emotional, it's chemical. Games are built on uncertainty. And uncertainty is powerful, because your brain is constantly predicting what will happen next. And every time it almost knows, but doesn't, it stays engaged. That creates anticipation. And anticipation activates your reward system. So the experience becomes a loop. Tension, release, tension, release, close calls, near misses, last-second outcomes. It keeps pulling attention forward. That's why someone can sit through an entire match, completely absorbed, while someone else feels bored within minutes. Because if your brain doesn't respond to that loop, there's nothing to hook into. It just feels like noise. And if that's you, it doesn't mean you're missing something. It might just mean your reward system lights up elsewhere. Because attention is limited, you only get so much of it. So people end up investing it in different places. Some invested in sports, in teams, in outcomes they can't control. Others invested in things where they're directly involved. Work, ideas, creative projects, relationships, places where their actions actually shape what happens next. And that creates a completely different relationship with meaning. Because sports are built on narrative. The comeback, the underdog, the rivalry, the collapse. It's real-time storytelling. For fans, that unpredictability is what makes it powerful. But if you don't connect to it, it just feels random. Like, why would I emotionally invest in something I can't control, involving people I don't know, with no real impact on my life? And that's where the disconnect really happens. Both sides start to assume the other is missing something, but they're not. They're just experiencing meaning in different ways. And here's something most people don't think about. If you're not pulled into sports, you're also not riding the emotional highs and lows that come with it. You're not tied to outcomes that have nothing to do with you. And that frees up something important: attention. Because whatever doesn't take your attention creates space for something else to grow. So while one person is emotionally invested in a game, you might be focused on your own life, building something, learning something, thinking more clearly, actually shaping your own outcomes. And that difference is easy to overlook, because from the outside, it just looks like interest versus disinterest. But it's not that simple. It's direction. Different places where attention gets anchored. So the next time someone asks, "Did you watch the game?" and you didn't, don't assume you're missing out. Ask a different question. What actually pulls my attention like that? Because everyone has something that absorbs them, something that feels meaningful, something that makes time disappear. Sports is just one version of that, not the standard, not the requirement, just one path among many. So if you don't care about it, you're not less engaged with life, you're not disconnected, you're not behind. You're just tuned differently. And that tuning might be pointing you towards something that actually belongs to you.